Genesis 13. This will be about Solomon before. Because this is the reason why he did that. What he did to the people that was in that. Genesis 6 and 5. And the Most High saw that wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Read that again, brother. Read it loud. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. That's why the Most High killed the earth with water the first time. And because he killed it with water, he didn't put the rainbow up that he would never do it again. He barely left enough on the ark for everything to come back and regenerate itself. So you think he's not going to do it again when y'all doing the same things again? Ain't nothing new under the sun. Everything that has been will be again. Well, if he destroyed the earth before of all the wickedness of man's imagination, he ain't going to destroy the imaginations of men again on the earth. He ain't going to do it the same way. He's not going to do it the same way because he said he would. And he left a sign in the clouds to prove it. Verse 6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. God, the Most High was upset that he even created man, because he never created man to go off and do that. He was like, damn, why I create this dude? This dude went off way in left field somewhere. That's exactly where you people stand out today, in fucking left field. Doing whatever your heart pleases, because you feel you only live once. But that's not according to the Bible. Keep going. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth. And he will destroy man whom he created from the face of the earth. And he did that with the floods. Keep going. Both man and beast and the creeping thing and the fowls of the air. He punished the beast because man was probably even doing bestiality back then, which is still rampant today. So I know they did it. Especially those sailors, man. They was known for having sexual intercourse with men and because they say it feels closest to a woman's vagina. That's why when it's not healthy to have a lot of men together and no women around. That's just unhealthy. Go ahead. For repent of me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Noah found grace, and we're talking about the whole story of when he told Noah to build the ark. Go ahead. These are the generations of Noah. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with the Most High. Now, Noah was perfect in his generation and walked with the Most High. That's why he was chosen righteous to make it on the ark with his family. That's why he was given that task. And everybody else died. Everybody else died. But Noah and his sons and his wife and all the other two of every other creature that walked on the earth, everything else died. Why? Because of all the wicked imaginations that you people come up with. All this same-sex bullshit, passing the same-sex law, marriage laws, equating it to slavery. With the blacks, that ain't even close. That wasn't a choice of the so-called Negroes to go into slavery. There was no choice in that matter. You choose. God didn't. Even though you can say God chose us to go into slavery, He didn't choose to make you a homosexual. You came up with that. Right. Go ahead, bro. And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High powers, and the earth was filled with violence. The earth was corrupt and filled with violence. Isn't that what's going on today? Isn't that what's going on today? Is corrupt and filled with violence? Any of you that don't believe that, you will be destroyed. Thus says the Bible. Right. If you don't know the world is corrupt and filled with violence, turn on your news. Read a newspaper or something. The Lord is going to kill you.
If you believe this world ain't corrupt, if you believe in all of that everything that this world has to offer is good. Go ahead.
And the Most High powers looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth.
All flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And we know, I don't know how you get it, but there's the flesh of men and the flesh of beasts. Both were corrupted. Yep. Both were corrupted. That's the bestiality that you people should not be dealing in. I know you people do it out here. I know y'all got the damn donkey parties or whatever the fuck y'all do out here. This is Las Vegas. If you can imagine it, it's possible here. And you got enough money to do it, it's possible. Go ahead, bro.
This is Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Arise ye and depart, this is not your rest. This is not the way that you rest in this land. The way that you're thinking, depart your mind from it. Go ahead, bro.
It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction.
Because it's polluted. Every way in this land is polluted. From the physical to the spiritual. Everything in this land is polluted.
It's corrupted.
And corrupted. And it will destroy you. Everything is defiled. Your whole belief system is defiled. A lot of you walk around thinking the fucking stringy-haired white, blue-eyed white man is the so-called Lord. Is the Lord. So-called Jesus is the Lord. That's defiled and polluted. The Lord, the Bible don't even say he looked like that. But it does have a description. For all y'all to say, well, he didn't have a color. He was just every, nah. Y'all don't read the Bible. Go ahead. Yes, sir?
That word corrupt. Genesis 6. Let me look the word corrupt up real quick. Blue letter. Because it said that everything is polluted, and it was referring back to during the time of Noah that man on the earth was basically being corrupted in their ways and shit. So basically, the Lord had a reason to destroy the earth the way he did it. And I'm about to look the word up real fast.
This is corrupt.
All right. The word corrupt in the Hebrew is shakaf. It's a lot. Okay. Yeah, the Hebrew word there is shakaf, which basically means to destroy, corrupt, go to ruin, decay, to be marred, be spoiled, to pervert, deal corruptly, to pervert.
It's meaning basically to mess up the right ways, to take it from right to wrong. Whether you move it out the way, whether you forget about it, whether you mar it, meaning you destroy it, whatever. But to get it out the way, there's more.
That's basically it. Spoiled, ruined, pervert. And man, with their wicked ass inventions, was going against the righteousness of the Heavenly Father, man. It's no different than today. Because who's ruling the planet Earth now? And corrupting and destroying everything now? The so-called white man.
Right, that's right.
He's the corrupter, the destroyer right now. He sought out a lot of wicked inventions. Why is there a thing called Planned Parenthood?
Right.
What is he trying to ruin or destroy? You so-called Negroes, man.
Right.
By depopulating you. And you so-called Hispanics. That's a wicked invention.
Right. A condom is a wicked invention. You want to get down to it, Nowadays, it's expedient to wear a condom. You nasty ass bitches, but it wasn't the right thing. What we just called it, a corrupt invention,
a wicked invention, or a wicked imagination.
It's still a way of population control, but nowadays, man, it's a way to keep you from. But then again, just like the brother in Dallas said, that you get an STD, the most I ain't dealing with you.
Yeah.
He said it out there.
Right.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it again. Genesis 6 and 12. And the Most High Power looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth.
Let me say this real quick, because when he started out with Adam, he had set rules of everything.
That's right.
And then came the serpent and corrupted it. And corrupted the mind of Eve, who corrupted the mind of Adam. And we're gonna get into that as well.
That's right.
Go ahead.
So who's the modern day corrupter, man? This devil. Everything that this man invents, matter of fact, all the wicked shit that you can think of that's taking place on the planet Earth was invented by this man.
That's right.
But the actual righteous inventions were by the children of the Most High.
That's right.
The children of Israel, you Negroes, Hispanics, and natives. You're the reason why there's a stoplight. You're the reason why there's a fuse for the rail systems.
Right.
For computers.
For the pacemaker.
For transportation. For commerce. For the architecture. Which really, you ain't even, the white man invented building these high-rise buildings.
He didn't do it physically, but he the one thought of it.
He the one that invented that because of his wicked imagination.
Yep.
When according to the scriptures, you ain't supposed to build nothing past 3 stories.
That's right.
So this goes to show you that this so-called white man, he's the top man that had corrupted the way of the earth, man.
That's right.
And he's the top reason why everybody feels it's okay to be a homosexual, a lesbian, a bisexual, a transgender.
Transgender is a abomination. That's a wicked imagination. Yep. If you were born a man, then gird up your loins and be a man. Yep. If you were born a woman, humble down your spirit and be a woman. And do the thing that you're supposed to do. But everything is turned upside down, and especially with you so-called Negroes and Hispanics today. Because all you look to is these so-called famous people. And that's all they're pushing. All the women got short hair, and all the men got long hair. All the men dress in tight clothes, and all the women dress with nothing. So that's who you look to become little harlots and hoes out here, and the little fucking demons walking around. Homosexual, docile, spirited ass boys, not even men.
I'm gonna read 13 again, then I got a precept. Verse 12. And the Most High Power looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And I'm gonna jump to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, to break down these certain corruptions that man then came up with and used as a way of life to pervert their own way upon the planet Earth. This is Wisdom of Solomon 14, and I'm gonna start at 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, but whereas they lived in great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace.
Wait, it's a great war of ignorance? Now, how do you have a great war of ignorance? Meaning, instead of seeking knowledge and wisdom of righteousness, you went out and lost that battle and gave up your spirit to vile affection and vile imagination and sought out wickedness. That's how you lost that battle. Not knowing that you're going to have to live with that in your next life. You're going to have to get paid for that in your next life. When we went into reincarnation the other day, that's the condition of the battle. That's the war that you got to fight within your spirit against righteousness and wickedness. And that's why I said right there that you lost the battle But just read it again, bro.
It says, moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace.
They so great plagues called they peace. That's reprobate. That's void of judgment. Instead of doing the things that's going to prolong your life and make your life better, you're living and believing in the things that's going to kill your life, that's going to stop your life, that's going to shorten your life.
That's right. Verse 23. And whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revilings.
Secret ceremonies. We can go into the Illuminati thing and their secret little boys ceremonies and all that. But what is also a secret ceremony? These sexual acts you're doing behind closed doors. That's also a secret ceremony. Go ahead.
Or made revelings of strange rites. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another traitorously or grieved him by adultery, so that there ran in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation. All these things came about because you put off the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Because you start living as a heathen in all wickedness. And so since you did that, these are the things that came to you. Murderousness, adultery, covetousness, what else is there? A bunch of stuff. It said blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation. Corruption again, here we go. Unfaithfulness, tumults. Unfaithfulness, not just to your man or your wife, but to the Most High God as well. Go ahead. Periphery, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good terms. Disquieting of good men. The disquieting of good men. I mean, now you got men that are good, that are nice and peaceful, out there screaming on you. And I don't mean just like us. I mean like because of the wickedness that you're doing to those individuals. Sleeping with their wives with adultery, stealing from them. Men that were quiet, meaning at peace. When you're at peace with something, then you turn around and you disquiet them from being peaceful. You done made their life a living hell, a tumultuous situation for them now. They gotta worry about now, same thing with nowadays, you gotta worry about, I wonder what my wife is doing. She went to Vegas for the weekend with her girlfriends. I wonder what's going on. You didn't have to think about that stuff back in the day. Right. You know where your wife was at. And then you didn't give her liberty to gad abroad, going any which way she wanted to. Go ahead. It says, forgetfulness of good terms, defiling of souls.
Defiling of souls. That's what a lot of you so-called gay and lesbian and transgender bisexuals are doing.
Changing of kind or sex.
Transgender right there. Changing of kind or of sex. Meaning what you have sex with or the kind male or female that you were created as. Go ahead.
Disorder in marriages.
Disorder, and now we're going to use that right quick. Disorder in marriages. Now what was recently just passed? All over the country in different states. And I don't think it's hit all 50 yet, but it will. It will be pushed federally, the same-sex marriage law. They're about to push that all over and make it all right.
Also, another form of disorder in marriages is that so-called, when you file for a divorce, and a woman got to take half of what you got.
Yep.
That's also disorder, man. Because the law doesn't order for the woman to go out with anything when she gets divorced from her husband.
The biblical law. Fuck these penal codes and all that bullshit. The Constitution and Bill of Rights. Fuck all that shit. We talking about the real laws. The statute, laws, and commandments of the Heavenly Father.
But that's another wicked imagination or invention of this devil, man.
That's right.
Come on, it says adultery, shameless uncleanness.
Shameless uncleanness. Shameless You know how many men walking around here, men and women really, walking around with fucking semen on their face? Right now, you walking with a stomach full of semen, men and women. Unclean out here. High-fiving, hugging people, about to commit another sexual act with another total stranger. You don't give a shit. Totally unclean.
For the worshiping of idols, not to be named, is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil.
And the worshiping of idols, like it said in Romans, you worship the creature more than the creator. You worship a man, another man, or a penis, which that fucking obelisk right there is another symbol of another penis. But you worship that creation of a man more than you worship the creation of the Most High. The creator of the Most High.
Genesis 6 and 13. And the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth.
The end of earth is come before. What is that?
It says, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth.
Yeah. The end of all flesh. Yeah, the end of all flesh has come before me. That's what it said. The end of all flesh has come before me.
And so lucky the margin said from the earth. Because he didn't destroy the entire earth.
Right.
But he destroyed all mankind and beasts and the inhabitants of the earth at the time. It says, verse 14, make thee an ark of gopher wood, whom shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without the pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits.
Now, real quick, this is describing the Most High giving a commandment on how to make the ark. And what you people fail to realize nowadays is the knowledge of these statutes, laws, and commandments, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, is the new ark for today. That's the new ark. Because the end of all flesh has come to the earth again. Now, the rainbow says in the Bible that it won't happen again by water. But we all know that there's so-called ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, that will destroy the earth. Well, most of it, namely America.
Right.
But the earth will be cleansed of corrupt flesh.
That's right. Verse 15, and this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof. With lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth.
Now he's reading the reason right now that he told him to build a boat or an ark. He's about to read why.
And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die.
Everything that is in the earth shall die. Because we already read in the 20th verse of the 8th chapter that the whole earth and all men was corrupted with their wicked imaginations.
That's right.
So he's going to do this again. The new ark, like I said previously, is the so-called knowledge of the statutes, the knowledge and wisdom of these statutes, laws, and commandments, and understanding of the statutes, laws, and commandments.
Or deep down, the spiritual ark is the tabernacle of David that's being built up right now.
That's right.
You know, and only the elect is going to be in that ark when the second death happens.
Right.
the rest of you people, you're going to partake in that second death.
Right.
The first death was what we're reading now.
That's right.
The flood. That was the first death. And thy wife and thy son's wives with thee, and of every living thing of our flesh, two of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female.
Male and female of every kind. Even the animals know same sex ain't right. Even the animals understand that. But you people with your wicked imaginations, you don't know, you don't get it.
After their kind, and of cattle after their kind, and of every creeping thing of the earth after its kind, two of every sort shall come unto thee to keep them alive, and take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and them. Thus did Noah according to all that the Most High commanded him, so did he.
Look at the obedience of Noah. It said he was a just man. He was righteous upon the earth out of his generation. So he did what the Most High told him. But you people ain't doing what the Most High told you. You push out whatever you think is right in your own mind, or what the media thinks is right. Like sleeping with your girl is the right thing. Like chasing money is the right thing. Like sleeping same sex is the right thing. That's wrong, according to the Bible. That's why Noah got saved, because he didn't believe those things. He followed what the Most High said.
That's right.
And the same thing's gonna happen today. If you ain't following what the Most High God says, you're gonna die.
That's right.
Bottom line.
And Noah, he was a just man. He didn't follow through with the amount of folly that was going on back then. Just like all you people partaking in this folly, he followed the Most High, man. So you saying people were the same people back then that was partaking in folly and didn't care what he was trying to tell you. When he prophesied for 120 years that the earth was going to get flooded by rain. You people got passed on and didn't give a shit about it. Evidently, everything else was more important than hearing what was going to happen. Prophecy.
Right.
Just like we're standing here and we're prophesying unto you, but evidently, the folly is more important than prophecy.
That's right.
Just like the people's minds back then. Proving that you're the same people back then that got wiped out.
That's right.
For the same mentality. So what you think is going to happen when the Lord bring that second death? Who's going to partake in that?
The same people. That still ain't taking heed.
Right, because the scriptures say, what manner of man should you be in that day?